Hi and welcome back to my video. This week I'm going to challenge myself, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to paint only with black and white for the whole week. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I've heard that doing value sketches is really good and beneficial for artists. But I decided to go even further from that and only paint black and white value sketches for the whole week. And I don't know, let's see how it goes. I'm really excited to start. I have painted some black and white paintings and sketches, but never for the whole week, so let's see how it goes. I have primed my paper on my sketchbook and I toned it into neutral grey so it would be easier to paint the lights and shadows when the paper is not already white. As paints I'm using oil paints. This is zinc white and ivory black. Welcome to the first day. I started with simple composition and simple landscape, and it's a reference from a sunset that I took one summer. I thought it would be interesting to try to make it in only black and white, and it went surprisingly well. I didn't have any difficulties, but little did I know how the week would progress from here. But at the first day I was having fun with it and it wasn't that difficult. And then I chose a winter landscape. It was a bit difficult until I decided that because the landscape was quite complicated, so I simplified it quite a lot. But I'm quite happy with the sky. It has interesting moments in there and it reminds me a little bit of old photos that aren't in focus completely. And but the snow was a bit difficult, and there is a river that is frozen and some ski marks going along with the river, but I think you wouldn't understand that if I wouldn't tell you, so in that sense it's not that successful as a painting, but as a value sketch, I don't know, it could be better, let's say like that. But it was fun to make those snowy leaves in the foreground tree, and that was something I had fun with it. And then after that I had ocean reference, and again I really liked to paint skies. I don't know, maybe that is because you can be really free and loose with the shadows and lights when you're painting sky. It doesn't have to be perfect because sky is so random and there can be happening almost anything. And in here I tried to find the values of waves in the ocean, and also there were these foreground rocks coming up from the water, and in here they could be also icebergs, but that's fine. It can be either of those. And then after that I decided I want to try something more structural, and I chose a photo of an old house, and it had this field on the foreground and house on the edge of a forest. I didn't have much difficulties with this one either. And although the photo was a bit lack of values, I still could find the key elements with the light and the shadows. Then the struggles began. I had this photo and I really wanted it to succeed. It was an ocean, but the sky was so beautiful. It had dark clouds, but the clouds had these little openings and the sun was peeking through them, and I thought this will look quite awesome in a value study. But it was so hard to get them look like I wanted them to. I for some reason this day I was struggling a lot. And then I wanted to try a lake with some trees and reflections on the water and foreground grass. And I was struggling again, and at this point at the week I began to get really frustrated. I don't know what it was, because it began so good and I was having fun and it wasn't that hard, but then something changed and I started to struggle. And I don't know, did I choose more difficult references and lack of values? Was it just that I couldn't keep focus? Who knows, but either way I was frustrated at this point. And after these two sketches I kinda was ready to give up, and I didn't know how to continue. I had one day left
and I thought maybe I just cut it here and I'm not gonna paint anymore.
But then I saw it. I saw a sun. And I thought I'm going to take a little pause with my challenge and just go outside and enjoy the colors again and just enjoy the sunshine for a while. I love walking in the forest, and I was scared that when we moved into a bigger city that we won't have a forest nearby. But lucky for me this is actually really near, close to us, so I don't need to travel far to get to this beautiful location. I've been here for half an hour. I think it's time to head back, and I have refilled my batteries and I'm ready to go. And after that I felt a lot better, and I decided to do one more, a little bit bigger value study of mountains, and it wasn't easy, but I didn't feel frustrated, and I really needed that little break to get away from the challenge and then come back with a new mindset. And I usually do my mountains with a palette knife, but for some reason I just kept with the brush and tried to make it look like a mountain, and and after struggling with the paintbrush for a while, I decided to finally get the palette knife and try with that, and it went a lot easier and better. And that was my week of black and white paintings. And that was it for the video. I hope you liked it. I think I kind of started high and it went downhill from that. So, I don't know. Like, I noticed that it's good to use reference photos that has those high values and shadows, like lights and shadows. And a couple of the last ones, the photos were pretty flat, so it was difficult to paint only with black and white because there wasn't a huge difference in the photo. But I'm sure this week was very beneficial and all that, but I'm kinda relieved that I can paint again with colors. Yeah, but it's fun to do these challenges and challenge yourself to do something that you wouldn't normally do. But now I thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I upload every Saturday, so I will see you next time. Bye!